Hey guys, today I'm filming my Hit It or Quit It Thoughts on Hauls number 22. If you guys have never seen this video from me before, I'll have my playlist linked down below. And basically I will be reviewing all of the items that I featured in a haul video from about 10 months back and letting you know my current thoughts on those products. A lot of times once you see something featured in a haul, you never hear it mentioned again unless it's in a favorites or an empties. So I like to go back and talk about every single item that I hauled. My inspiration for this series was It's Kirsten and her What I Thought on Stuff I Bought series. I'll have her channel and her playlist linked down below. Please make sure you go check her out. I will also have all of the items that I'm mentioning listed and linked in the description box, so let's just get started. So first I had placed an order on Nordstrom for one of the items from the MAC Summer Wash and Dry collection. And of course I had to purchase one of the blushes. I chose the shade Hipness, which is a frost finish, but to me it performs on the skin like a satin, which I love because satins are my favorite blush finish from MAC. And in the video, I described this as a watermelon coral and a mix between MAC's Fleur Power and Benefit Bella Bamba. And I definitely do still think that is true. This is a watermelon coral shade. And again, it isn't the most unique color ever, but I don't have anything exactly like it in my collection. I love this blush. The color and the formula is everything to me. So this blush is absolutely a favorite of mine. I would consider it a summer staple. And I went to the CCO last weekend and I saw both of the blushes from this collection. So if you have a CCO, I would recommend going there and hopefully getting your hands on this blush. So along with that Nordstrom order, I got 3 free samples. The first was the Guerlain Meteorites Baby Glow in the shade Medium. Still have yet to try it out. I'm sure it won't work for me, so maybe I should just give it to somebody else to try out so I'm not just wasting it on me. Then I had gotten a sample of the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy Noir perfume. And since then, I have purchased this perfume in the full size. This is one of my absolute favorite scents. The bottle is the tackiest thing I've ever seen, but let's just ignore that. The scent is really intense. I would definitely describe this as more of a fall winter scent or a nighttime scent because it is so strong, but I really enjoy it. It's a little bit different from what I usually like, but highly recommend you guys check out this perfume. Definitely just smell it if you're at an Ulta or Sephora or any place that sells Juicy Couture fragrances. Definitely glad I have this one in my collection. And the last sample I had gotten from that Nordstrom order was this really great deluxe size sample of the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage, which is a primer. And I recently just finished this up. I do not like this. It had shimmer in it. This primer did nothing for my skin at all. If nothing, it made it look worse because the shimmer accentuated my pores. So definitely do not recommend this. I would not repurchase this. No. Next, I had placed 2 Sephora orders. So in the first order, I had purchased the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, which I have also recently finished up. This is the travel size. It was $16, which is kind of expensive for the little amount of product that you're getting. I don't get it. I do not understand the hype about this because this literally did nothing for me. I was using this as a priming spray. I used this after I had applied powder to my skin, and no, I prefer MAC Fix Plus. I think it does a little bit more for me, but honestly I don't need either of them in my collection. I would rather just use a regular primer, and I don't really have dry skin. I have oily skin and I have pores. This does nothing for oily skin or pores, so definitely will not repurchase this. I'm glad I tried it, but no, did nothing for me. And then I had purchased one of the Bite Beauty double-ended lipsticks in the shade Musk and Fig. The formula was just okay. The shades were just okay. I decided to return it because I preferred my drugstore lipsticks over that one. Also with that order, I picked up something from the clearance section. This is the Sephora Ultimate Oil and Gel Lipstick Remover. It was on sale for $5. This is absolutely amazing. If you have liquid lipsticks, you need this. This does the most fantastic job at completely removing liquid lipsticks. Then with that order, I had cashed in my points for a 100-point perk. This is the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. At the time, I had heard so many people rave about this, and I never buy high-end mascaras, so I was really excited to be able to try it out in a sample size. This is what the brush looks like. It is a natural bristle brush. This looks really basic, but this did an amazing job of making my lashes full and fluttery. I think that this is amazing. I definitely would purchase this if I can get it on some sort of sale, but one of the best high-end mascaras I've ever tried. So with that first order, I did spend $25, so I was able to put in a code to get a free deluxe size sample. And at the time, there were 3 different MakeUpForEver primer samples you could get. There was the Nourishing, the Mattifying, and the Smoothing. So I had chosen to get the Mattifying primer, and you can imagine my disappointment when I got my order and instead they included the Nourishing. So I guess they had sold out of the matte, but not at the time I placed my order. So I was really disappointed in that. I would have loved to have tried the Smoothing because I have oily skin and I have pores, but Nourishing, I was kind of disappointed that I got this, but as you can see, I have finished this up. This is a recent empty. And I was surprised that I actually really liked this primer. I think that it just made my skin feel super smooth. My foundation went on better. My skin looked flawless. It didn't look so cakey and so heavy like it can tend to look because I wear very full coverage matte products. And I love the way that this made my skin look, but I got oily even faster throughout the day. I had to touch up so much. And if I wasn't doing so much throughout the day, it probably wouldn't be an issue. But because I don't really have the time to touch up, if I would go too long, my makeup would just look terrible. So while at first, right after I applied my makeup, it looked amazing, this just does not hold up against my oily skin. So I'm kind of 50-50 on it. If I got another sample, I would really enjoy it, but I don't think I like it enough to buy the full size. But if you have normal skin or dry skin, I think this is really nice. I love the way that it made my makeup look on the skin. So again, that is the MakeUpForEver Step 1 Nourishing Primer. And then for my 3 free samples, first I got the Diorshow mascara sample, which I thought was awesome because I spent 100 points on the Urban Decay Perversion, and then I got this one for free. I still have yet to try this. I have so many deluxe size mascaras and I'm trying to work through this year. I don't want to buy any mascaras. I just want to focus on these because I'm afraid that they're going to dry out before I even get to use them. So hopefully this will be the next one that I use. I got a perfume sample of the Dolce by Dolce & Gabbana. I have yet to try that. I'm really bad at using perfume samples. I definitely need to make more effort on using those up. And then I also got a sample of the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. Haven't used it yet. I know one of my New Year's beauty resolutions is to use my samples. I'll have that video linked up here. I've used a couple. Ugh, I need to be much better. I know. Then I placed a second Sephora order. During the time of both of these, I think Sephora was like 16% cashback on Ebates because it was Ebates' birthday or anniversary or something like that. So I decided to place some orders. So because I was unable to get a sample of the MakeUpForEver Mattifying Primer, I decided to pick up the travel size. And I think that this was about $15, $16. This is half the size and half the price of the full size. I am so thankful I did not buy the full size because this sucks for me. I heard so many people rave about this, that it was the best primer that they have ever used for their oily skin. No, it's the texture of this. The texture of this is similar to the Becca, and that just did not work with my skin. I find that it pills up on me kind of bad, and it doesn't actually help to keep my oil at bay. It doesn't do anything for my oily skin, and the texture is just so sticky. It's hard to blend out and to work with. So I'm trying to work through it. I have about half the product left. So what I'm doing now is just applying a little bit in the center of my forehead and on the sides of my nostrils, which is where I get the most oily. And then I'm using a different primer all over my face. So I'm working through this because it was like 16 bucks, but I don't recommend this one whatsoever. I have yet to find a mattifying primer that I would repurchase, one that I consider to be holy grail. So please give me your recommendations, but this is definitely not it. I hate the texture. And the other item I had purchased was a Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. This is the smallest size that they offer. And as you can see, I'm almost done with this. I am going to repurchase this when I finish it up. I think that this is amazing. I use this to spot clean my eye brushes. So unfortunately, like a week after I purchased this, my packaging broke, the nozzle did. So now I just twist off the top and stick my brush in here. I know that's disgusting. I'm just using it on me. I'm not worried about it, okay? I'm not. hopefully the next one I get, the packaging will work. This does have a scent. It's like a vanilla scent. You just smell it right when you have finished cleaning your brushes, but it doesn't really bother me. It was kind of strong at first and I've just gotten used to it. This cleans brushes so well. I've not used it for face brushes. I've only been using this to spot clean my eyeshadow brushes, and it is amazing. Whenever I'm using a brush for cream shadow or brow pomade or pot concealer, anything like that, right after I'm finished using it, I will go in with this product and clean it and wipe it off on a tissue just so that the bristles don't all stick together. This does a fantastic job of getting all of the color, all the product out of my brushes, and it dries basically instantly. This is totally worth all the hype. If you guys have not tried it out, I highly recommend it. So that put me at $24. Then I just purchased a hair tie to make me to $25. And at this time there was a coupon code to get 3 free deluxe size samples, and of course I chose the makeup samples because what else am I gonna get? So I was really happy about that coupon code. It's probably one of the best coupon codes I've ever seen. The first deluxe sample size product I chose was the Dolce & Gabbana Passion Eyes Mascara. Again, I have yet to use this one. I am hoping that I can use this one soon. I am just trying to truck through my travel size mascaras. Next, I had the Jack Black Shea Butter and Vitamin E Lip Balm. I do really enjoy this. I have used up another sample in the mint scent. I'm almost done with this one. I like to use this in the morning right before I start applying my makeup, and I just let it soak in, and then I will apply my lip product at the end. But I think this is really great. This is a product that I like applying once, but with my other lip balms, I usually will reapply. I don't like doing that with this because it is a thicker texture. So I do really enjoy it to apply in the morning, but I do prefer my EOS lip balms to reapply multiple times throughout the day. So if I got another sample size of this, I would use it, but I don't think I would go out and buy the full size again. Also, I have another similar lip product in my collection waiting to be used when I finish this up, so if I do decide to purchase it, it won't be anytime soon. And the most exciting sample of all is this mini size of the Buxom Full On Lip Polish in the shade Sophia. This is half the size of their full size glosses, which retail for $18, so this is like a $9 value that I got for free. So this is a beautiful light mauve pink shade. I've used it maybe once or twice. I know, I'm really bad at using lip gloss. I definitely need to use it more because I love the formula of Buxom lip glosses. My favorite gloss formulas are NYX Butter Gloss and the Buxom Full On Lip Polishes, so I need to use this one more. It's a beautiful color. And then my 3 free samples with that order will be the Kat Von D Lock-It Featherweight Primer. I have tried that one out. It was nice, but not anything special. I definitely don't think it's worth the money. Also, I had gotten a sample of the Jimmy Choo Blossom Perfume. Haven't tried it because I suck. Also got a sample of the Benefit They're Real Makeup Remover. Haven't used it either. I need to challenge myself this next week to really try and use a lot of my samples. I need to hold myself to that. Next, I had placed a decent size order with ColourPop. So the first thing I had purchased is one of their blushes in the shade Prenup. This is a satin finish. This is a light mauve pink shade. I was really excited to buy this one at first because it was really different from any other blush in my collection because I don't tend to reach for these shades, but I don't like it. I don't feel like this shade shows up on my skin very well, and it just isn't special to me. So I think I'm going to give this to my mom, my sister, one of my friends. But I like the ColourPop blushes, but I don't like this shade. Next, I had picked up 2 of the ColourPop highlighters. The first shade I have is Smoke and Whistles, which is a light peachy champagne shade. Then I have Wisp, which is a light golden shade. I mentioned these in my top 15 disappointing products of 2015 video. I'll have that linked up here. I don't like these whatsoever. The texture does not work for me. It's very different from the blushes and the bronzers. This is a lot thinner. It feels more like a silicone. But no, it doesn't work for me at all. First off, I feel like you really have to like layer it on to get it to show up. And then when I'm layering it, whether it's with my finger or with a brush, it really like wipes away my foundation underneath. So then my makeup looks super blotchy. I remember wearing this one day to work when I worked at Estee Lauder, and luckily it was a short shift because I was incredibly self-conscious. I was supposed to be selling makeup and my face looked so jacked up from using these highlighters. That was like it for me. I was like, I'm not using these anymore. I know a lot of people like them, but no, they do not work for me. If you have gorgeous skin and you don't wear foundation, these probably look amazing on you. But if you're wearing foundation and trying to put these over top, No, I do not recommend these whatsoever again. I think I'm going to try to give these away to someone that I know and love. Maybe they will like them better, but not for me. Then I had purchased 2 of the ColourPop bronzers. I have the shade Skinny Dip, which is a matte finish, and this is the second lightest matte shade. I also have the shade Paradise Cove, which is a satin finish, and I believe this is the lightest satin finish shade. To me, these bronzers are just okay. If I could go back in time, I would not purchase them and save myself some money. They're just not the easiest to work with. I have no trouble applying the matte bronzer shade in the hollows of my cheeks, but that's because I want it to be a little bit more intense. I have a really hard time blending these. So when I try to put them around my hairline, either they look really stark, or if I really try to blend them out, it will mess up my foundation and make it patchy. So these are okay. I have been trying to use them this spring season, but I don't love them. Again, I might try to give these to someone else that I know and love because they're just not doing it for me. Next, I purchased 3 eyeshadows. The first one actually was free with any order. This is in the shade Birthday Girl. It's a metallic finish. As you can see, it is in special pink packaging. And this was a special shadow made to celebrate ColourPop's first birthday. I think this shade is really pretty. I've only used it a couple times, honestly. It isn't my go-to shade, but I did get it for free, so I'm happy about that. The metallic finishes are nice, but this is a finish that tends to be the most chunky. It has some really nice sheen to it, but it also has some glitter pieces that tend to really have a lot of fallout on my cheeks. But this isn't a must-have shade, but I'm happy that I have it. Next is the shade Millionaire, which is a metallic finish that was part of last year's summer collection. And this is different from Birthday Girl. This one is a little bit more bronzy. This shade is really pretty. It definitely does have some chunky glitter pieces that will fall out on your face, but I like to apply them with my finger or with a sponge tip applicator, and I feel like I get less fallout that way. This is a really pretty shade. Not a must-have for me, but I am glad I have it. The last shade I purchased was in Coconut, which is a beautiful blue. This is a pearlized finish, which is one of my favorite finishes. I love pearlized and ultra metallics. Pearlized are really pretty because they do have that metallic finish, but they usually do not have any chunky glitter pieces. So this is definitely one of my favorite formulas because it's so smooth. Again, I like this color. I haven't really worn it a ton, but I need to give it some more love this summer. I'm really going to try to use all of those shades. Then I picked up one of the lippy sticks from the summer collection. This is the shade Fiesta. It is a pinky peachy corally color. It has a cream finish. And here is a swatch of the product. I think this is a really pretty color. I have it in my monthly makeup basket for this month, so I'm hoping to get some use out of this. I do like the cream finishes. They feel really comfortable. They are really opaque. I feel like the scent on the Hyper Glossy and the cream finishes is stronger. It is more of a sickly sweet vanilla. I don't like the scent whatsoever, but I am able to apply it and make it work. So I think that this is a really pretty shade. I like the formula, but it's not my favorite formula. Hopefully I will get some more use out of it this month because I have neglected this shade, but it's because I have such a huge ColourPop collection. I really wish I could make myself try out every single thing that I own before I buy more, but it's not gonna happen. Lastly, I had some brushes from Beauty Junkies. First up is the flat top kabuki brush. It's supposed to be similar to the Sigma F80. I really did enjoy using this to apply my foundation. Now, I have recently been using my Real Techniques or my Pure Cosmetics foundation sponges to apply my foundation. I'm really enjoying that method better. But if I am going to use a brush, I do like this one, but I do prefer my RC Cosmetics angled flat top kabuki brush. I just really like the angle of this, and I like the bristles on this brush a little bit better. But this brush is nice too. And then I have my Beauty Junkies Pro Taper Blending Brush. This is an exact dupe for the Sigma E40. I use both of these on a daily basis. I usually just use the Sigma to apply my transition shade, and then I will use the Beauty Junkies to blend out all of my shadows. I think this brush is amazing. Honestly, like I said, I use them both every day. I think it is super duper comparable, and I know Sigma brushes are a little bit expensive. I haven't purchased any in years, and I know the prices have gone up since I purchased them, but I would highly recommend you guys check out this brush. It is really great quality. So that was my hit it or quit it thoughts on hauls number 22. Please let me know if you do a similar series on your channel, and I would love to know your thoughts if you tried out these products. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.